Next, I would like to introduce Professor Parmod Kumar. He is a professor of the English and in School of the Humanities. Professor Kumar, I knew him since long time ago, and he is a professor in the Indira Gandhi National Open University in New Delhi. Dr. Kumar is an Australian Studies Scholar and then received the prestigious Australian India Council Fellowship. He also acted the cultural ambassador for the India and gave lecture on Indian incredible culture diversity. He wrote the 6 books centering on literature criticism and translation. He has organized a number of the important national and international seminars to promote the discipline and the interests of the larger humanity. He has represented the country as a various international forum and promoted of the cause of the equality, peace, and global citizen. He has been an international fellow of the Australia-India Council and has represented the country in Australia, UK, USA, Korea, Cambodia, Nepal, Malaysia, and Thailand. And he has been awarded as an ambassador for peace by the Universal Peace Federation. And also he nominated as a president of the Youth Federation for World Peace India chapter. So I would like to introduce the speaker from India, Dr. Parmod Kumar. So please welcome Dr. Kumar.
Thank you very much. I bring greetings of love and peace from India to all of you. May I begin with an expression of thankfulness and gratitude for the organizers, Universal Peace Federation, for this incredibly important initiative, Think Tank 2022. I think I was there in the deliberations last year also, and which took off in a big way and successfully reached out to leaders in all sectors of the society, utilizing forums, online forums, webinars, and strategic discussions. I understand that we when we gather here for this session, appreciating the significant role that culture can play in promoting peace on the Korean Peninsula and in other parts of the world. I have thought about it in a big way, and may I say that, like from India in the Southern Asia to Indonesia in the Southeast Asia and also across the world, art, literature, and culture offer spaces for dialogue and healing for population groups in conflict-affected communities. Dr. Lake mentioned about the the lack of popular people-to-people contact in both the countries. I understand that there is still a gap of knowledge when we are trying to fully grasp the complex relationship between art, culture, conflict, and peace, which artistic involvement and cultural activities contribute positively to peace and reconciliation process. And also we need to look at how can we derive success in a very important way. Given the hopelessness, despair, and trauma that come with violent conflict, art and culture activities, I have engaged myself in the world of literature. I'll talk about that briefly in the later course of my discussion with you. I understand that art and cultural activities present a temporary outlet from the actual situation and serve as an avenue for coping and imagining alternate scenarios to the reality of conflict. I would also add that art and cultural activities have as much potential to build peace and facilitate processes of reconciliation. I think that in periods of active violence and art, when there is this situation of conflict, the literature, art, and cultural activities may be used as a tool to in a way, relativize, and bring down in terms of its intensity the conflict part. It has been often pointed out through research that artistic productions, especially those brought out by international actors to conflict zones, may allow people to feel that they are still a part of the global community, and there are others who are interested and concerned about their situation. I have been a witness to the performance of Little Angels, and the charm, that aura, and the glory that is being created in that process is completely, it takes you to another level, and then you can visualize a better world, a world of peace. Additionally, given the hopelessness, despair, and trauma that come with the violent conflict, art and cultural activities, and coupled with literary narratives, they present a temporary outlet from the actual situation, serving as an avenue to coping and imagining. As I discussed previously, you will find several scholars have brought out that one of the most important roles of art in post-conflict societies is its ability to restore victims' capacities to participate in reconciliation processes. May I also add that artists are facilitators, taking risks, sparking creative processes, and enabling communities to find their voices. Despite their achievements and successes of their work, they are still faced with skepticism about the value of their efforts in contributing to the social reconstruction. I told about how, if we do not use art, literature, and culture for the right purpose, there is every possibility that it can be used for other reasons also. So we have to be very guarded against that kind of phenomena. When we are focused on the issue of religious freedom and the reunification of Korea, I'm reminded of one very important narrative, one very important poem that Reverend Sun Myung Moon wrote in 1935. I think that if I just share it with you, you will be able to grasp and absorb the power, and this is about crown of glory. So when we are talking about power of art and culture and also literature, how do we learn to embrace each other, overcoming all issues of differences and merging with the larger sense of humanity. I'll read it for you. Please allow me to do that. This poem begins with, when I doubt people, I feel pain. When I judge people, it is unbearable. When I hate people, there is no value to my existence. Yet if I believe, I am deceived. If I love, I am betrayed. Suffering and grieving tonight, my head in my hands. Am I wrong? There's a question mark there. Yes, I am wrong. Even though we are deceived, still believe. Though we are betrayed, still forgive. Love completely, even those who hate you. Wipe your tears away and welcome with a smile those who know nothing but deceit and those who betray without regret. Oh, Master, the pain of loving, look at my hands. Place your hands on my chest. My heart is bursting, such agony. But when I loved those who acted against me, I brought victory. If you have done the same things, I'll give you the crown of glory. When, this powerful poem is being studied by my students in a world literature course. So I'm saying that this crown of glory has to be acquired by all of us with a spirit of living for the sake of others, and these immortal words. Give me a powerful sense of my higher sense sense of purpose in my life. So with this, I'm bringing this idea that yes, art, literature, culture has a very important role to play in this process, and we are ready to utilize from the Indian part of the world. We are praying, we hope and pray that we embrace this crown of glory, and the unification of Korea takes place as early as possible. With these greetings, now with the resolve that we will, from our literary efforts, will try, we will bend down all those narratives. We will be the most enabling agents to overcome all the negative narratives which are there in the popular domain, and will create a positive outlook for the process. I'll stop here. Thank you very much.